Alright, this here is my cousin Jeff's Mafalda pasta with roasted asparagus and mushrooms in a lemon cream sauce. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's really good. It took me a while to figure out where to get the pasta, but I got it. Here's my attempt at the same thing. I probably could have used double the amount of veggies, but it works. Check this out. So obviously the first thing we're going to need for this, since it's roasted asparagus, is asparagus. I didn't use the whole bunch of asparagus. I used just over half. And I'm only going to use the ends, not just the tips. I'll use a little more than that. I cooked up the rest for my daughter because she's a asparagus geek. And looking at this, it was enough, but you know what? I should have probably used the whole bunch. Because while it looks like a lot, by the time you're done cooking, maybe not so much. So into a bowl goes the asparagus. Now we need some mushrooms. Once again, I thought this was plenty of mushrooms, and I know that mushrooms are going to shrink down when you cook them. I thought we had lots. That's about close to a pound of mushrooms, roughly chopped. You want them nice and big. Now the actual recipe called for between 3 and 4 cups, and that's about what I got. And we'll put them aside. Next up, some garlic. 5 cloves of garlic, nice and minced. In go our mushrooms. So you can see that's quite a bit of mushrooms. I don't even know if I have a bowl big enough if I doubled up the recipe, but you know, that's for the next time because I did save some of the pasta. This here, thank you Abby, is a 1/4 cup of lemon juice. She also got me a teaspoon of lemon zest. We'll use that later. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Now we needed a 1/4 teaspoon of coarse grain mustard. I had Dijon, so that's what we used. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, maybe a 1/2 teaspoon each. Our 5 cloves of minced garlic. Let's give that all a mix. So there's our lemon sauce. That's going to go on our veggies, and we're going to toss that around to make sure everything gets nice and coated. Come on, this is fun. Yeah, I could use a spoon, but this is much more fun. Plus you can tell when everything's coated. It really doesn't take that long at all. Alright. Of course, now I got to wash my hands because they're all full of oil. We'll take that bowl. Here's a baking sheet, of course, with parchment on it. We'll spoon all this out. Spread it around. Oh, did I mention you need to preheat your oven to 400? Because we're going to roast these veggies. And it goes 400 degrees. While the veggies are cooking, let's get the pasta cooked. A little bit of salt into some water. Bring it up to a boil, of course. Now while we're waiting for the pasta, let's make the cream sauce. Now this is an Alfredo sauce. The recipe I had was a guiltless sauce. This is going to be guilty. So that is about 3 ounces-ish of regular cream cheese. So if you want to use low fat to make it guiltless, go ahead. I had to warm it up in the microwave just so it was loose enough that we could mix it around. Do that, 2 cups of low-fat milk. Well, 2% works enough, I guess. And this is 3 tablespoons of flour, teaspoon of salt. We'll mix all that around. Now, just like flour getting clumpy and the cream cheese just not quite breaking down all the way, so I thought, hey, this is a great idea. Let's bring in our beaters and use the hand mixer. Yeah, it kind of worked. So we need some garlic here. There's 3 cloves of garlic, nice and minced. Now, we need a pot. That is 1 tablespoon of butter. Let it melt all down. Okay, I'm going to help it. Like that. Okay, here comes our garlic. It's going to go into the butter. Now, we're not going to cook it for long, 30 seconds-ish. You don't want it to burn, you just want it to start browning up and start smelling really good. Now in goes our milk and cream cheese mixture. I just took it off the heat just in case. And now we're going to bring it up to a simmer. You have to mix constantly. It's going to take about 3-4 minutes till we get it up to kind of like that, all those bubbles. Now, of course, we're adding the cheese, and that's going to thicken it up a bit as it melts. So this is a cup of grated Parmesan. If you want it thicker, throw a little extra in. I don't think extra cheese is ever going to hurt anything. We're going to mix all this and combine it. Now, last thing to put into this sauce is lemon zest. While Abby was making the lemon juice, of course, she grated some lemon zest for us, 1 teaspoon. And let's get this sauce off the stove. Here's our pasta, the Mafalda noodles. I'm only using half of that. See, look at that. Looks really cool, like little mini lasagna. Now, if you don't have that, don't fear, because the recipe says you can use fettuccine noodles. So like I said, I'm only going to put in half this bag because I think that's plenty. Now, in hindsight, I probably could have made the whole bag. And there wouldn't have been any leftovers anyway, because it was really good. So here's our veggies out of the oven. 20 minutes. Now, you want it all nice and cooked and steamy. But you don't want the asparagus all mushy. You want some firmness to it. Our pasta's done. Let's rinse her off. Now you got a choice. You can combine everything, or you can keep it all separate. Make your veggies and your sauce poured over a bed of noodles. Yeah, I'm going to mix it all together. So there's our noodles. Now into our sauce goes our roasted veggies. And this really smells good too, by the way. I love it with the garlic and the asparagus and that. I probably should have mentioned that if you really want meat, chicken, shrimp, anything like that will work. And there we are. There's our sauce nice and combined. And like I said, next time I do it, I'm probably going to double up the veggies. Not sure how I'm going to fit them all. But here's our pasta, nice and cooked, al dente, the way we like it. And let's just spoon some of that great sauce on, mix it around. Look at that. I did save a little bit just in case we needed some extras. But here it is on a plate. I gotta try it now. And it's really good. It's a combination of flavors I probably never would have tried had my cousin not posted this. A little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt if you want it. And there you go. That is Cousin Jeff's roasted asparagus and mushroom pasta in a lemon cream sauce. I hope I did it justice, cousin. Hey, Another great recipe. I hope you'll give it a try. Leave me a comment below, one way or the other. Listen, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell because that'll tell you the next time I upload a video. Feel free to share this and any of my other videos. And thanks for stopping by and watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.